صلى الله عليه وسلم.
حبب إلي من دنياكم ثلاث الصلاة والنساء والطيب أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. Respected brothers, as people are still coming in to join and participate in the blessed Nikah ceremony, and some brothers are completing their Salah, we shall engage in a few moments to remind ourselves of the wise guidance, instructive guidance that the best of creation, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has provided us. As we have entered or performed today the first Jumu'ah of 2025, it is a moment to reflect on the past year and no doubt embrace the current year, and how that is linked with the Nikah ceremony. The past year, if I were to summarize it in a few words, the highlights of the past year, 2024, were ballot boxes, bullets, and technological boom. The last year saw half of the world's population go to vote. 70 plus countries went to vote. We went to vote. Those 70 plus countries that went to vote included up to 8 out of 10 countries' largest populations, some of the largest economies of the world. That's the ballot box. The world changed during 2024. So changed that it appears so disunited, to the extent you and I are perhaps aware of the conflict zone that is in the Middle East, in Palestine, or was in Syria, or was in Lebanon, or is in Yemen, or is in Ukraine and Russia. But the world was so disunited that there are, as I speak, reputable sources, more than 120 conflict zones in the world. Not only are we disunited at the ballot box and disappointed with the results, equally, we as a human race are very disunited when we see the conflict zones across the world. Technological boom across our lives, artificial intelligence is stretching its tentacles. Most of us will have an Apple iPhone, smartphone in our pockets. That Apple iPhone, when it was launched, it took 75 days to reach 1 million users. When ChatGPT came out, which was a student's safety haven, because they could just press a few buttons and their essay was written out for them, and it became a lecturer's nightmare. ChatGPT reached 1 million users in just 5 days. Technology is booming, exponential growth, very fast growth that is confusing people. The world is more and more engaged in fighting, yet the world goes to elections and ballot boxes. Ballot boxes, bullets, and technological boom. All of that disunited confusion across the globe is begging for or wishing for those means by which we can unite. Because the human being seems to come across as one who has pressed the self-destruction button upon no entry. This Nikah Majlis is one such assembly. Rasul alayhi salatu was salam, as Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is that companion who stayed 10 years. His mother said to Rasul alayhi salatu was salam, Ya Rasulullah, I put my son in your service. 10 years he stayed. One of the top 5 narrators of hadith that we listen from our imams. He says on one occasion, Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam says, Hubbiba ilayya min dunyakum thalasun. 3 things of your world have been made beloved to me. 1, Salat, the prayer. 2, perfume. 3, women. What possible connection is there in these 3 things? Salat is a means of unity. Or at least the lesson within Salat is one of unity. In order to understand this, if we go back to the beginning of Islam, when Salat became a pillar of Islam, institutionalized in the 10th year of Nubuwwah, prophethood, 620, when all of those individuals who once upon a time did not like, rather hated each other, they all stood side by side in front of Allah. Like a parade ground effect. They were spiritually united, now they were physically united in Salah. Under the leadership of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. And also during Salah, we are united with the angels, albeit we cannot see them. This is that worship of Allah Rabbul Alameen, that in Fajr Salah, the angels descend down to listen to the Qari Sahib in Fajr Salah. So Salah is a means of unity. If you look across the globe, how many even Muslim community is attending Salah? More people are not attending Salah than attending Salah. Where is our unity going to come from? That formula, prescription, diagnosis that Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam provided as Salah is a means of coming together and unity. In Turkey, they're trained to give azan. They're trained to give iqamah. And the training for the imams for Salah is obviously different. The azan is given to train that individual to be in a manner, a style, a format by which people listening to the azan want to come for Salah. That I cannot miss this. Iqamah is a way to be given loud. The reason for Iqamah is that Shaitan realizes that purpose that I had in life to delude the Muslims away from Allah is they're actually doing exactly the opposite by standing in Salah. This is why he breaks wind at the time when Iqamah is given. That's why it should be done loudly. So Salah is our means in the hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam to come together. The angels and Muslims have to engage in this, and this is a means of unity. Factor number 2. At-tib, perfume. Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam loved perfume aroma, albeit he did not need it. In fact, he used to go for a siesta, afternoon qaylullah, to rest in the afternoon. Those who come from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the other hot countries will know how it's important, because the day starts very early, so it's important to rest in the afternoon. And to get your blood pressure down, one of the best things is to sleep in the afternoon. Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam used to come for an afternoon siesta at the house of Anas ibn Malik. His mother was related. and used to sleep there. And Sulaim, his mother, Anas ibn Malik's mother, used to see sweat, perspiration, used to gather where Rasulullah used to rest in hot countries. There was no air fan, there was no AC, there was no fans, there was no cool breeze blowing. The first thing when we go for a hotel in Makkatul Mukarram, Madinatul Munawwar, is the AC working and what's the Wi-Fi code? Rasulullah used to sweat and heavily sweat, and Sulaim used to gather that sweat. On one occasion, Rasulullah saw her. Say, Ya Sulaim, ma hadha? What are you doing? Say, Ya Rasulullah, haza araquk. This is your sweat. So what will you do with it? Ya Rasulullah, naj'aluhu fi tibina wa huwa atyabu tib. We will mix it, dilute it with our perfumes, and our perfumes will become the best of perfumes. Brother, are you going to stand in salah next to an individual who has just come from the gym? Nobody's going to put their hand up to that one. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam sweating, and Sulaim says, we will mix your sweat with our aroma, our perfumes, so that our aroma and perfumes has the highest price in the market. And it wasn't sold. So he loved perfume. And why was perfume loved? Because putting in perfume was a means of bringing the angels near. For the male. I have a Maulana Sahib friend, an Imam actually. I went to his masjid once for a talk, and he says, please sit, I'll go and make you some chai. I said, yes, go. I was looking at his office. Everywhere I could see were bottles of itr. I said, Maulana, is this community trying to tell you something? That you need so many bottles of itr? This is bas. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam loved perfume. I love perfume. We are given the license. And the perfume that we put on our body becomes a means for unifying, becoming closer, because nobody's going to sit with somebody who's be sweating. And the angels love that as well. This is why Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam taught us, when you come for salah, make sure you've not had raw onions. Or for those who leave their properties and light their cigarettes, come to the masjid and then stand in salah as equal. That is a means of pushing the angels away. So a means of spiritual unity, salah, physical unity. A means of angelic unity with the angels and them coming closer is itr. The third thing was women. This is what Orientalists picked on. Orientalists are those non-Muslims who studied Islam. Orient means the East. Because India, when the British Raj was going on, a lot of the studies that was done, the thinking was the Muslim world is only the East, east of England. So the Orient, you will have heard of Orient Express, the train. Orient is the East, West is Occident. So the non-Muslims picked on this, that Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam married so many women folk. He was licentious, he followed his carnal desires and his pleasures. On the contrary. And this is our link of unity for today, where the world is going in a direction where living together, cohabiting without nikah. But Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam taught us nikah is so important that within a few words, proposal, acceptance in front of witnesses, the scenario changes. Two clans come together. That lady now is part of the inheritance scheme. Now has a special status in that family, unifying two clans who perhaps were not related before. So where you have blood relationship and you have social relationship. This hadith is followed by, he who is pleased, man sarrahu an yubsata lahu fi rizqih wa yunsa'a lahu fi atharihi falyasil rahimah. social relationships through nikah or through blood ties. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam has taught us, he who is pleased that his sustenance, his provision, his rizq, his back pocket bulges. And which one of us doesn't prefer that? I love that. And he who wants to live for a long time or wishes that he be remembered for a long time after him, at his progeny, his children carry on, then let him join ties with his relatives. Two formulas. Third hadith, La yadkhulul jannata qati'u rahimin. That individual will not enter Jannah until who severs ties, breaks up ties. The world that we live around us is breaking up. It's changing right before our eyes. In that disunited world, Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam's instructions are to remain, the family unit should be very strong. Europe's family unit has broken. It's right before your eyes. I could give you statistics on that and give you the proof to consider this. And the proof is what our Barrister Saab would say, incontrovertible evidence. Cannot be doubted. But here, nikah is teaching us, not just for the two people to come together, the two families to come together, clans to come together, but equally a disunited world to come together. The importance of wedding in Christianity is lost, except for some. That's why Islam kept it very simple from the very beginning, because family ties, your unity, strength is a lesson now. This is the lesson that we as a Muslim community need to give back to the world. This is our social responsibility. Where religion is lost, and this country in 2021, through the census data, is indicating less than 1 in 2, less than 50%, 44, 42% to be exact, is saying, I'm Christian now. The others are saying, no longer Christian. If Christmas is celebrated December 25th, it's cultural. Nothing more. People are moving away from La ilaha illallah. It's our responsibility, social responsibility, to bring them back. If people are living in homes under roofs which are not through nikah as recognized, it's our responsibility. It's our social responsibility to bring the world back to this place. So may Allah Rabbul Alameen grant us the ability to understand the truth ourselves and follow it. Allah Rabbul Alameen grant us the ability to understand falsehood as it is and grant us the ability to stay away from it. This Nikah Majlis we will commence now, inshallah. Welcome to both parties and welcome to all guests and those who have attended to provide moral support and participate in the dua. So the groom's details is by Hassan Ismail Mimbar. That's you? Achha. And the bride's name is Zahra Shabbir Hussain Patel, and we have the bride's representative here, Haji Shamsuddin by Makkan, who is the bride's representative. Has the consent been acquired? And the witnesses are by Muhammad Ayaz, Master, and by Irfan Patel. And you are both witness for the permission being granted. Okay. The Meher is Meher Fatimi. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina min sayyiati a'malina. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم النكاح من سنتي وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام فمن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تزوج الودود الولود فإني مكاثر بكم الأمم يوم القيامة. Haji Bhai Shamsuddin Makkan Sahab, you are the bride's representative at this blessed nikah ceremony. Do you, in your capacity as the bride's representative, give in the nikah of by Hassan Ismail member on account of Meher Fatimi that is to be paid as a deferred late payment? Do you give Zahra Shabbir Hussain Patel in the nikah of Hassan Ismail member on the conditions already said? By Jazakumullah. By Hassan Ismail member, Brother Shamsuddin Makkan Sahab, in his capacity as the bride's representative, Zahra Shabbir Hussain Patel, and on the payment of Meher Fatimi as a deferred payment to be paid later, has given Zahra Shabbir Hussain Patel in your nikah. Do you accept Zahra Shabbir Hussain Patel in your nikah?
Yes, I accept.
Jazakumullah. Please repeat after me. Nakahtuha, I have wed her. Wa qabiltuha, I have accepted her. Barakallahu lak, barakallahu alaykum. Wa jama'a bainakum ala khair. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa sallallahu ala nabiyil kareem. صلاة تنجينا بها من جميع الأحوال والآفات وتقضي لنا بها جميع الحاجات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات وترفعنا بها عندك على الدرجات من جميع الخيرات في الحياة وبعد الممات فإنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم ربنا أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم ربنا لا مانع لما أعطيت ولا معطي لما منعت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد. Allah Rabbul Alameen, please accept the attendance of every attendee at this wedding ceremony. Please accept the roles that the witnesses or the bride's representatives play. Please accept the wedding of these two individuals. Grant them every happiness in their lives. Grant them blessed, righteous children. Oh Allah, bring this nikah as a source of unity, tranquility, peace of mind for both families and extended families in this world and the hereafter. Allah Rabbul Alameen, grant them every happiness from their children. Grant them the coolness of their eyes. Grant them peace of mind, tranquility of heart. Allah Rabbul Alameen, those from amongst our community who are pleading with you in the watchful hours of the night for suitable spouses for their boys and their daughters, Allah Rabbul Alameen, please accept their du'as and grant them suitable spouses. Those, Allah Rabbul Alameen, who after nikah are pleading with you to grant them righteous, pious children, Allah Rabbul Alameen, grant them righteous, pious children. Allah Rabbul Alameen, make nikah ceremonies amongst our community as a means, not just for the Muslim community to seek instructive guidance from, but also for the wider communities. Nikah is the way to cohabit as husband and wife, and it is husband and wife that Allah Rabbul Alameen loves. Allah Rabbul Alameen, grant peace and serenity across the world and unify the world on Allah Rabbul Alameen. please eliminate this constant state of war that we are seeing for over a century in different parts of the globe. Allah Rabbul Alameen grant peace of mind to the people of Palestine. Allah Rabbul Alameen give them food better than any other food, give them drink better than any other drink, give them peace of mind, accept the souls of those who have been martyred. Allah Rabbul Alameen protect our sacred sanctuaries, protect Makkatul Mukarramah, Madinatul Munawwarah, and Masjid Aqsa, the full compound. Allah Rabbul Alameen have mercy upon the people of Greater Sham, the people of Lebanon, people across the globe, people of Yemen. Allah Rabbul Alameen unite the Muslim community to stand up and bear witness to the fact that La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah is the only means of salvation in the hereafter. Allah Rabbul Alameen keep us all steadfast on Iman, keep our progenies until the day of judgment steadfast on Iman. Allah Rabbul Alameen grant us the coolness from our children, and those children who have gone straight away from the right path. Allah Rabbul Alameen, they have become a means for their children, for their parents' sleep, to be bereft of their wonderful sleep at night. Allah Rabbul Alameen grant them guidance again to come to the path of Hidayah and straight path. Allah Rabbul Alameen, once again we plead, grant every happiness to the couple, grant them righteous children, grant every happiness for every individual who has sat here, and please accept in all those silent du'as that they may have in their hearts, please grant them their whatever rightful dua is. You know better than myself. Allah Rabbul Alameen grant us everything that Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam ever asked for, and we seek protection from everything that Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam ever sought protection from. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا رب. مبارك. You're welcome. કેમ છો? ખૈરિયત છો? તબિયત ઠીક છે? वो जमाना પછી તમને જોયા યાર. હે? તમને YouTube પર જોયા કરો બયાન મે. અલ્લાહ ખુશ રાખે તમને. પ્રોગ્રામ હોય ને અલ્લાહ ખુશ રાખે. સહી વાત છે, સહી વાત છે. અલ્લાહ ખુશ રાખે. કેમ છો? કેમ છો? તમે ઓળખ છો? કેમ છો તમે? માશાઅલ્લાહ. જે તમારી લતીફ બેન. કેમ છો? બધા ઓળખ છે? અલ્હમ્દુલિલ્લાહ. અસલામ.